Welcome to Mind Cop, where you can watch high-speed chases as they happen, captured in the middle of everyday life. Every tense moment, every daring escape, reminds us that disregarding the law always comes at a price. These are not just dramatic scenes, but also a powerful warning to anyone who chooses the wrong path. Get ready to embark on this thrilling and meaningful journey.
He's down.
Driving over 140 mitts through packed lanes, a pursuit that left the entire highway holding its breath. On Sunday afternoon, October 5, 2025 in Arkansas, a patrol officer spotted a white motorcycle traveling 90 mitts on US 412, far above the posted speed limit. When the officer turned around to check, the rider accelerated and disappeared. After several minutes of searching, the Honda CBR 600 was located again on West Hickory Flat Road. Seeing law enforcement, the rider immediately turned back westbound onto US 412 and sped up, forcing the officer to activate emergency lights and sirens. The Honda repeatedly exceeded 100 mph, at times reaching approximately 140 mph. Troopers Belt and Purrier joined the pursuit, taking over as primary units. The rider frequently crossed into oncoming traffic, rode against the flow of vehicles in multiple high-traffic sections of US 412, and ignored numerous red lights, creating extreme danger for drivers and pedestrians. Due to the heavy traffic ahead, units requested assistance to block the road and prevent a potentially catastrophic collision. A trooper positioned his patrol vehicle with lights and siren activated in a clearly visible spot to force the rider to slow down. However, the motorcyclist neither reduced speed nor changed lanes, even though there was ample room to avoid the trooper. As a result, the Honda struck the front of the patrol car, sending the rider tumbling into a grassy area.
He's down. You need an ambulance?
Shut your fucking mouth! Oh, my phones are broke! Oh, please no! Shut up! Oh. You did it to yourself, you idiot! Oh. I can't move! Shut up! Sit yourself up!
Troopers quickly approached, handcuffed the rider, and called for medical support. They provided first aid until Springdale fire personnel arrived and transported the suspect, identified as Jimmy D. Townsend, born January 11, 2002, to Washington Regional Medical Center. After treatment and discharge, Townsend was taken to the Washington County Detention Center for further processing.
Hey, stop and restart your cameras.
On the night of February 28, 2025, Sergeant Stephen Briggs was driving along State Highway 38 when he received a call from Trooper Dakota Davis about a high-speed sport motorcycle approaching his location. Briggs activated his radar and recorded the bike traveling at 52 puff in a 45 puff zone. As the motorcycle neared, the rider suddenly turned around and sped off in the opposite direction.
They run about 33 right now. Hold on a second. Hey, let me see your hands. Get up, stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
I look around.
No, put your hands behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
I wasn't running.
Yeah, you were freaking running.
No, I was telling you.
TBI.
I wasn't running. We pull up my pants. I was telling you I was pulling over.
You clear that. No, you weren't pulling over.
I was gonna pull.
Shut your mouth. Listen to me. You had
Sergeant Briggs immediately activated his siren and initiated a pursuit. The rider crossed lanes and reached speeds of over 110 mics before slowing down and pretending to surrender. Briggs performed a light contact maneuver, tapping the bike's rear wheel with his patrol car, causing the rider Jeremy Jackson to fall and be taken into custody. Jackson later told officers he fled because he feared his motorcycle would be impounded. The vehicle was seized for further investigation.
You don't do that shit again.
On September 5, 2025, Brazilian police released a recently viral video showing a man riding a motorcycle with a young woman seated behind him, both without helmets. The motorcycle didn't even have a license plate, making the situation concerning from the very first moments. In the video, the motorcycle moves unstably, shaking violently as if the rider is losing control. Despite this, the man continues riding at an unreasonable speed, ignoring the serious risks they are both facing. One particularly alarming moment shows the two nearly falling onto the road. The woman on the back is pulled off balance, with her knee nearly scraping the pavement, clearly illustrating the danger of such reckless riding. The incident quickly drew public attention due to the extreme lack of safety. After multiple attempts to stop the motorcycle, police successfully intercepted the fleeing pair and arrested both suspects without any further incident. This serves as a reminder that wearing proper protective gear and riding responsibly are responsibilities we should never take lightly. Footage captured from a motorcycle officer's helmet on May 4, 2017, shows the intense moments when authorities pursued a motorcyclist attempting to flee the scene. In the video, the officer stays close behind through narrow streets, where oncoming traffic and tight passageways create a highly tense situation. Despite the challenging terrain, the officer maintains control and keeps a safe distance, demonstrating impressive motorcycle handling skills. During the pursuit, the motorcyclist accelerates through bumpy alleys and several low-visibility areas. The footage shows him squeezing past a bus making a turn, creating a heart-stopping moment. The motorcycle officer shadows every movement, avoiding obstacles and keeping a calculated distance to minimize risks to the surrounding community. The scene highlights the quick thinking and strong composure of Brazil's patrol units. pursuit ends when the rider loses control in a curve and is safely apprehended by the officer. This serves as a clear example of the responsibility and decisiveness shown by mobile enforcement units. If you enjoy stories that showcase the effort to maintain public order, feel free to share your thoughts below. A widely circulated video is being called one of the most impressive motorcycle pursuits ever recorded. In Osasco, Brazil, on October 6, 2021, police captured footage of two people on a motorcycle weaving through narrow streets at high speed. The rider of the Honda XRE 300cc continuously dodged cars, buses, and unexpected obstacles. Despite the countless unpredictable situations, the officer maintained control and stayed close behind, demonstrating the impressive motorcycle handling skills often seen in Brazil's special operations units. Throughout the intense 6-minute chase, the suspect and the passenger repeatedly looked back, clearly surprised that the officer was still right behind them. Sharp turns, tight pathways, and multiple near collisions created a tense atmosphere reminiscent of an action movie, except this was all real footage from the busy city streets.
Acabou, né? Acabou.
Ah, senhor, eu tô
da hora.
minha mulher, senhor. Prende essa porra.
Jecói, Vila São Roque, Carapicuíba. Machucou, moço?
Não vai fazer nada, senhor. Calma.
The chase ended only when the motorcycle lost balance in a narrow passageway, forcing the rider to surrender. If you've ever seen an even more remarkable pursuit, feel free to share so we can discuss it.
Gritar na mão do meu nome.
Filho, relaxa. Tinha necessidade?
Não, fiquei assustado. campeão? Você
Não,
arrumou o quê?
Eu fiquei assustado, senhor. Eu não quero tirar o senhor. Perdão.
Relaxa, filho. Acabou?
Ela só tá assustada, senhor.
Machucou, moça? Senta aqui.
In the early hours of September 14th, 2024, the Florida Highway Patrol recorded a serious traffic incident on I-95 after spotting a red motorcycle traveling at excessive speed, with a license plate that had expired in 2018. The situation quickly escalated into a pursuit across multiple busy roadways. The rider, identified as 63-year-old Scott Thomas, repeatedly refused to stop and continued traveling through Gateway Boulevard, Military Trail, and Woolbright RD. Troopers reported that Thomas operated the motorcycle recklessly, forcing other vehicles to swerve to avoid danger. The situation grew more tense when Thomas rode into the oncoming lane and collided with an FHP patrol vehicle. Although no one was seriously injured, this behavior prompted officers to escalate their efforts to prevent further risk to the public. The pursuit ended at Charleston-Shoresbury Road, where troopers were finally able to take Thomas into custody. He was arrested at the scene and now faces several charges, including failure to obey lawful orders, reckless operation of a vehicle, and driving with a suspended license. Records also show that Thomas had an active warrant in Palm Beach County. Following the incident, he was transported to the Palm Beach County Jail. This case serves as a reminder that intentionally disregarding traffic laws can lead to severe consequences. Everyone should prioritize safety and comply with officers' instructions to protect themselves and the community. On November 11, 2024, patrol units recorded 2 motorcyclists repeatedly running red lights and riding recklessly on city streets. When officers signaled them to stop, they refused to comply and immediately accelerated away, creating an unpredictable and dangerous situation for people nearby. Throughout the pursuit, officers were forced to elevate their level of control to ensure traffic safety. Even so, they maintained proper procedures, consistently prioritizing the reduction of risks to the community. This demonstrated the commendable professionalism of the patrol units in handling unexpected situations. When the motorcycle slowed down in a residential area, police quickly closed in and ordered the two individuals to stop. There were no signs of weapons or threatening behavior, but their repeated attempts to flee required officers to act decisively to prevent any chance of another escape.
Vai morrer, vai morrer. Segura, 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 segura. Pega o garupa, pega o garupa. Pega o garupa. Qual que é as ideias? Abordado, Copom. Qual que é as ideias da moto? Por que tá fugindo? Comédia.
Both riders were then checked and handed over for further verification regarding their initial refusal to comply with the stop order. Although the incident ended safely, it serves as an example of the calmness and decisiveness displayed by officers on duty.
Para logo essa aí, mano. Para aí.
Helmet mount camera footage from a motorcycle officer captured a tense moment on May 12, 2018, when patrol units pursued two motorcyclists who were riding without helmets. The chase unfolded through narrow streets and continuous traffic, creating a situation that was both high pressure and a clear display of police professionalism.
Vai na XRE.
The video shows the rider constantly accelerating, weaving through tight alleyways and low visibility areas. The motorcycle officer maintained a steady pace, reacting smoothly to obstacles to ensure the safety of those around. His calmness and situational awareness stood out throughout the pursuit.
Para logo essa aí, mano. Para aí.
Copom, aciona o resgate aí, por gentileza. Marco Aurélio Marliane, 120.
The chase ended when the motorcycle lost control and collided with a parked car, causing both suspects to fall. Officers immediately provided assistance and transported them to a medical facility for evaluation. The safe resolution of the incident highlights the importance of skill and determination in every operation.
Aí você se arrombou, hein, negão?